Yeah, the first episode is decent. I'll be looking forward to the next ones.
At least, he's not one of those channels using bloody AI voices. God knows I fucking hate AI voices on YouTube.
I totally agree. There is nothing that irritates me more than that stupid text-to-speech voice that everyone is using on CapCut, TikTok, and fucking YouTube.
Welcome, hateful citizens. I am your host, Bad Guy, and this is I Hate Everyone TV, your weekly pop culture digest, where I shall surf the internet and update you on the fuckery going on with your false idols, explore the social media shenanigans, and let's banter about all the latest entertainment happening around the world. If you're new to the channel, grand day to you, sir or madam. Whatever time zone you're located at, grand rising, grand afternoon, and grand evening. People, let me say this channel is in a constant state of evolution, meaning that every episode will spontaneously change if I want it to change. But anywho, we got so much to talk about in the news today. So people, let's begin with the first headline. Woman dumps her man and runs off with $1 million. God damn, this happened in the UK. A couple from Lincolnshire, UK are at war over a 1 million scratch card jackpot. 1 million's a lot of money, people. Anyway, the man in the situation, Mr. Cartledge is his name, claims his ex dumped him weeks after they brought the winning 1 million scratch card. Unlucky, sir. He admits that Miss Cox paid for and scratched the ticket. That's important because people, we have established that this man, Mr. Cartledge, is a broke motherfucker. Anyway, but he claims that he suggested the idea to buy one and attempted to transfer her cash in the shop to cover the purchase. That don't make no sense. You sound like you're a goddamn liar. I don't think there was any sort of agreement. But anyway, he says that the mother of one initially agreed to share the cash, but after walking out on him weeks later, claimed to be the sole winner. So his ass got dumped. She did a runner. Ha ha ha. Mr. Cartledge, you're a twat. But you know what? Looking at this and reading this situation, it seems like she wanted to leave your ass for a long time. And when she got the bag, when she secured the bag, she ran off on your ass. Anyway, moving on. Next, Londoner charges tourists £52 per night for an Airbnb that looks like a prison cell. Supplied by the Metro, a tiny London Airbnb has left people flabbergasted as they can't believe it actually exists. The accommodation in Angel, London, people, which has been marketed as a minimal studio, has been compared to a prison cell by social media users due to its very tight quarters. People, look at the pictures. I'm going to tell you this. This is a 5-star accommodation for a roadman. This is a roadman's paradise. When a roadman comes out of prison and he's out in the world for a couple of months, couple of years, and he's getting a little prison sick, he can book a hotel here. He can book a stay at this place and relive and bring back the memories of being in a prison cell on his bunk, wanking off and busting all kinds of juices over himself. Moving on, this next news story sweetened me so much I was laughing for days. But let me ask you a question. Would you put £50,000, $50,000, 50,000 Skrilla in a shoebox and hand it over to a perfect stranger? No, you wouldn't. Why? Because you're not an idiot. Only a dummy can be fooled. So a financial advice columnist who is out here sharing her terrifying experience of falling victim to an elaborate phone scam, which ultimately led her putting $50,000 in a shoebox and then handed it over to the scammers. Let me repeat, a New York financial advice columnist. We've got a smart, dumb American people dropped 50 bags in a shoebox and just gave it away to strangers, and she wrote about how she got scammed. Let me read a snippet of an article. On a Tuesday evening this past October, I put $50,000 in cash in a shoebox, taped it shut as instructed, and carried it to the sidewalk in front of my apartment. My phone claps to my ear. Don't let anyone hurt me, I told the man on the line, feeling pathetic. You won't be hurt, he answered. Just keep doing what I say. 3 minutes later, a white Mercedes SUV pulled up to the curb. The back window will open, said the man on the phone. Do not look at the driver or talk to him. Put the box through the window, say thank you, and go back inside. They drove off thinking, you stupid motherfucker, you dumb bitch, and I say bitch respectfully. You shouldn't even be allowed to give financial advice ever again. This goes to show that you can be academically intelligent but still a dumb motherfucker. This is like being a police officer, getting robbed, and you gotta call the police and tell them that you got robbed, and they go into you like, you're a police officer, what the fuck we supposed to do? And the next news headline, people, priest arrested for operating illegal Viagra trafficking operation from his home. So long story short, this Spanish priest who's been caught busting down man booty, him and his gay lover were arrested for selling this powerful aphrodisiac substance on the market in his hometown. But people, the funniest thing about this news story is the comments that being placed upon this news story. Let's bring up the Metro. Let's bring up a few news stories. The first one is by Roadhog. Give us this day our daily wood. That's a good one. Next one by Danoga. Gives a whole new meaning to the second coming. Oh, I like that one. Next one by the Devil's Avocado. Things are gonna get very hard for him now. Next one by Rudy. My rod and staff v comfort still. And next one by Macnov178. Will he get a stiff sentence? Anyway, people, time for a commercial break.
Follow the rich white man.
The rich white man?
The rich white man. Don't nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.
Fuck them kids.
First things first, we're gonna kick it off with Crazy Yay with his bae, and here's a photo of him putting her on display. There you go, people. People, I thought this was very interesting. A chessboard by Tyler Akama for Louis Vuitton. Look at these chess pieces, people. Look at the case. Looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Anyway, let's move on. Next, DC Young Fly is asking the thieves who stole his backpack to safely return it, as it has his late girlfriend Jackie O's death certificate in it. People, I gotta ask myself, why would you keep those important sentimental things in the backpack? Maybe you want it close to you, but god damn, I feel for this guy. He's a single father, so much respect to him. But anyway, we gotta keep it moving. Machine Gun Kelly gets our all black tattoo. There you go, see it, people. He can now say he can celebrate Black history one way or another. Ha ha ha. Next, so Jaden Smith shares new pictures of him and his girlfriend. There you go. People, I'm not gonna lie, she is a baddie, but let's be honest, to me, Jaden Smith and his whole family are fucking weirdos. I don't give a fuck if he's got a baddie. I do not give a fuck if he's got a bad bitch on his side. No one on this timeline is going, Jaden Smith is that dude. No one is saying that. Everyone is saying him and his fucking family are weirdos. My man's upper body looking like Stretch Armstrong.
Bitch, if you not snitching, I'm not snitching. Bitch, we just both gonna play fucking dumb. So if you wanna play dumb, I'm gonna play dumb. With that being said, we just gonna be two dumb motherfuckers. That's that.
Oh, hello there. Welcome. Once again, I am your host, Bad Guy, and this part of the show is called Read With Me, where I shall surf the internet, pour forth from me interesting, bizarre, and freaky leaky articles and read them out aloud and satisfy your literature appetite. Today's article, people. I went to complain about my neighbor's noisy music and ended up having sex with him. Oh, people, this is gonna be a spicy one. Let's begin the reading. Lying in my bed with a pillow over my head, I curse myself for not having invested in a good set of earplugs. My downstairs neighbor is having a party, something he does every weekend and sometimes on a weeknights too, and the sound is deafening. The bass is so intense that the floor is shaking from the vibrations. My anger building. Woo! I fall back with my duvet and start putting on my clothes, determined to give this inconsiderate so-and-so a piece of my mind. Give him your piece of my mind, Almara. It's been going on for months and my housemate and I complained twice early on. In the beginning, we were friendly and polite and he promised to keep it down. We would even make small talk in the foyer. But nothing had changed, so I marched downstairs ready to unleash my rage. If you have told me that night that I'd be in his bed just hours later, I have laughed in your face, but incredibly, That was what happened. You gave him some pussy, didn't you? Most of us hold strong opinions about the people next door, from having to deal with excessive noise to weird smells in communal areas. I am no exception, but my approach to handling the people who live in my vicinity has at times been a little left field. You see, he wasn't the first of them I've shagged, so she's just going around shagging neighbors. She's a neighbor shagger. She is a serial neighbor shagger. But people, let's continue. We shall get to the bottom of this article. Anyway, while this might sound strange, it's actually a common fantasy with a survey aptly conducted by the TV show Neighbours, discovering that 1 in 10 people have kissed, dated, or had sex with the person living near them. A quick search online will also bring up endless forums of people asking how to deal with their crushes close by and if they should act on them. People, let me tell you this. If I'm in a building and I know there's a few dozen unmarried single women, of course I'm gonna try and chop one of them down. I'm gonna try and chop all of them down, people. Anyway, continuing on, blah, 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 blah. I headed downstairs and knocked furiously on the door. Oh, she's getting mad now. My neighbor, let's call him Mike, opened it, and before I could say a word, he had wrapped his arms around me in a hug before beckoning me inside. Flustered by his warm welcome, I momentarily forgot why I was there and I followed him inside, where he and his flatmate offered me a drink. I see where this is going. You went down there on a mad one, but the cocky sweet you. Let's continue. I was delirious from lack of sleep. Yeah, okay. So I figured one whiskey wouldn't hurt. Yeah. 1 turned into 2, into more, and Mike and I were both pretty tipsy. You sound like an alcoholic. When I finally decided to tell him just how annoying and the constant noise is. But as I tried to form the words, I realized I wasn't bothered anymore, especially because he was running his hands down my back. Ooh, this is getting a bit spicy, people. Spicy. Moments later, we were both naked. The sex was decent. After heading back to mine and getting some sleep at last, I was quite amused at what had happened. Albeit still annoyed. Mike and I didn't see each other again until a few weeks later when I was once again forced to complain about his loud music. Oh my God. I had no interest in repeating our one night of fun. My only desire was to defeat the headache his tunes had brought on. So you gave him some pussy and he still didn't turn on his music. You freed up the pussy for no goddamn reason. Let's continue, people. Blah 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 blah. Let's get to the fucking juicy part. Anyway, Mike eventually turned on the music and moved off. Let's get to the important part of the article. I was relieved when he moved out, but I don't regret what happened because us having sex wasn't the problem. I truly think it can be a great idea to sleep with neighbors, so as long you're willing to deal with the possible fallout. When I was in my mid-20s, I was staying above a pub in a private room, sharing a bathroom with the only other resident on the floor who just happened to be a hot man. We had lots in common and would often have a few drinks together in the evenings. One night, things escalated and you guessed it, we had sex. Of course, yeah, you're a serial neighbor shagger. We have established that. But continuing on, there was never anything more meaningful on the cards, which suited me just fine. I just ended a serious relationship, and having sex on tap right next door was as convenient as it was fun. Things ended when he took a job somewhere else, but those memories still bring a smile to my face. I firmly believe that being spontaneous and embracing your desires is a good thing, whether that means having sex with your neighbor or trying another kink. My own experiences have involved blah 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 blah. People, let's wrap this shit up. The moral of this article is everybody is a fucking freak. Everybody is fucking everybody out here, people. I don't believe in fucking everybody on the same street or in the same building like this is Coronation Street or EastEnders. Everybody's fucking everybody in those shows, but I don't believe in just fucking everybody. Why? What I wanna know is, did you wash your pussy before you was fucking Mike? Was you fucking with the rubber on or the rubber off? This is why I don't believe in fucking everybody, people, because people out here are nasty.